What's up, YouTube? For this third episode of the Commerce of Comics, coming to you dressed as Thor for a special Halloween episode because, let's face it, this is the only Thor I could go as, Fat Thor from Avengers Endgame. So I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about some of the comics I picked up last week. Hope you like what you see.
First up, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin #1. Now, this book is marketed as a futuristic version of the Ninja Turtles where a lone surviving turtle seeks to avenge his family and friends. And you can see from the cover that The Last Ronin has the various different weapons used by the original famous four turtles. This is the first of a 5-issue limited series, and this is one of 2 books that are Key Collector's Key of the Week. This also has 70 different variant covers, and Chris and I are going to talk about this more in depth on a future show, but also wanted to mention that one of the covers I was able to get through the ReedPop website back when there was the virtual New York Comic Con a few weeks ago, the limited Kevin Eastman cover variant limited to 1,400 prints. This book is already selling slightly above cover price for about $10. Next up, we have the other issue that is considered the Key of the Week from Key Collector, and that is Dark Knight's Death Metal Rise of the New God #1. Now, this one is important because it has the first appearance of the Chronicler, a character that resembles Cosmic Ghost Rider that appears to reference an upcoming crossover event. This also has a variant cover, which I was able to get. It's a 1 in 25 variant cover by Boss Logic. It's currently going for around $50 on eBay, and that is about the price that I paid for it. The third book is Batman 3 Jokers #3, which completes the trilogy written by Jeff Johns and illustrated by Jason Fabok. I went with the Red Hood variant cover. They've had a lot of different covers, and a lot of them for all 3 issues have been based around the different Jokers. But for each of these 3 issues, I went with the Batman variant for #1, Batgirl for #2, so I thought it'd be fitting to go with Jason Todd for #3. This story has been really good. I've been a big fan. Haven't read this last book yet, but can't wait to read it. The next book on this week's haul list is the Department of Truth, book #2, published by Image and written by James Tynion, who has been blowing up recently. Now, this book, I had to go to 2 different local shops to get a copy. It's been flying off the shelves, but I had no problem getting issue #1 when that came out a month or so ago. So this is a hot book, hot series, and definitely worth a read if you have time. Next up, we have X-Men X of Swords Stasis #1, which I had talked about on a previous episode, and this is part 11 of 22 of the X of Swords saga, so we are now officially halfway through. Now, this cover features the first team appearance of the Sword Bearers of Arakko, which is the High Summoner, Pog or Pog, Solum, Redroot the Forest, the Horseman War, the Horseman Death, Bay the Blood Moon, Iska the Unbeaten, and White Sword. Now they're all featured on the regular cover, but I was able to snag myself this variant edition. And I'm guessing that it's popular. I'm hoping it will be. I went to one store, was able to get it for cover price. Went to another store, and they had it up on the wall asking for double cover price already on the day it came out. So who knows? But if you can snag this variant cover, I would suggest you do it. Next up, we have Fantastic Four Antithesis number 3. Now, I was able to grab issue number 2 the day it came out because that was the first full appearance of Antithesis, a new villain of the Fantastic Four in the Marvel Universe. This book, in particular, though, is especially important because it's one of those timeless Alex Ross covers that I talked about on a previous episode. And this variant cover features Medusa. It's a virgin cover, and right now this is going for about double cover price already the day it came out, according to Key Collector. Last but not least, on this week's haul, we have Strange Academy. So this week, Strange Academy number 4 came out. This is a really hot series right now, super popular, flying off the shelves, and as some of you probably know, issue number 1 came out back in March, and then due to COVID, there was a break in the action, so issue 2 didn't actually come out until July. Now they seem to be back on track. Issue 3 came out, and now issue 4 came out today. But this is super popular, and they're already up to a 4th printing of book number 1 and number 2. So I went into my local shop. I was able to score not only issue number 4, but then they had issue number 3 and a first printing of issue number 2 in mint condition, which is selling for about 5 times cover price. So it's selling for about $20 right now, according to Key Collector and eBay. Issue number 1, I have Marvel Unlimited, so able to read it. Still haven't scored a copy of a first printing of that for myself, but still trying to do that. Hope to talk about that in a future episode. Now you may be saying, hey, wait a minute. Didn't he say he bought 10 books this week, not 9? Well, you're not wrong. But the reason I'm not going into that much detail on the 10th book is because I already covered it during the first episode. And that is The Boys issue number 19, first appearance of Lamplighter. I was able to score a second copy of this book in near mint condition, which I plan to sell.
So that's all for this week. Tune in next time when we cover some more of the books we covered back earlier this month. And until next time, stay safe and stay nerdy.